Hello everyone, welcome to Dream International. I scored 7.5 in IELTS exam. You want to know how? Let's get started with the video. So first of all, when I say that I scored 7.5 in IELTS, I'm talking about pen paper based test. My test center was at Patiala and I took the test after preparation for around 15 to 20 days. I'm really not sure about the duration, but it was somewhere around 15 to 20 days. There could be some days up or down. Now the question is, how did I prepare for the test? I chose self-studying over going to a coaching center for IELTS and PTE. Now the benefit that you get here is that there are two modules in IELTS which are reading and listening. They're completely independent. That means you don't need anybody else to evaluate you. You don't need anybody else to tell you your mistakes. You can check your mistakes yourself. You can analyze your mistakes. And you can work for the betterment and improvement in your tests. I'm going to talk about all the modules, how I prepared for them. Also, I'm going to talk about some points that I would recommend to score better in your IELTS exam. So first is the reading module. In reading module, internet helped me a lot. I used to download the passages from the recent tests. I used to get the printout, work on them and throw them. I know that's a silly mistake. That's a wastage of paper. You should not do it. I would recommend doing it on your laptop, on your phone itself. And I used to download the long and difficult passages in order to get familiar with the difficulty level of the exam. And sometimes I could barely score 6.5 in reading, and that used to really disappoint me. But then again, the exam was quite easier than the passages I used to do here while practicing. Now the points that I would recommend are, you need to build your interest in reading. I scored less in reading because I really didn't have interest in reading. So I started with the topics that interests me. I started with the topics like environment, science, psychology, teaching, and then I moved on to industries, business, economics. That really helped me in improving my score. And another thing that you really need to keep in your mind is that you have to practice it every day. Practice all the 3 passages with the timer of 1 hour, because there are 40 questions. They give you 1 hour to complete it. So practice every day. Don't miss out on practice. The next module is the listening, which I really enjoyed a lot. So how I used to prepare for the listening section is, I took help from some of the YouTube channels initially, and then I moved on to the websites. There are different free websites that offer you free these listening tests. So why I moved on to websites is the reason because many of the YouTube channels, they upload these tests in the old format, which are very easy to attempt and you get the scores very easily. But in the real exam, they don't get you a halwa served in front of yourself. IELTS listening, it's a bit tricky in the real exam. So the points that can help you is, first of all, you need to practice at 1.25 speed, which is really going to help you, because if you have your exam with if you are an academic student and you have your exam with a general training student, then the speed of the listening might be a little higher than expected. Then prefer websites over the YouTube channels. I would recommend this because this is my own experience, and you need to practice it every day. It is just a 30 minutes test, and if you change the speed, then it could be around 28, 27 somewhere. And also use the simple earphones, not with the buds. Reason, because the buds, they allow you for noise cancellation, but there is no noise cancellation feature in the real exam. So in order to get familiar with the environment in the exam, you should use simple earphones, because not everybody can afford a headphone. Now talking about the next section, speaking section. I really didn't practice it so much, but found out some types of cue cards on Google. Also, I looked at the format and how to attempt all the 3 parts of the tests. Apart from this, I have watched some of the interview videos on YouTube that could help me to get to know about the formats and the type of questions that are used while this one-to-one test. So the points that you need to consider in your speaking section is, that can really help you. You need to speak and record yourself. Whenever you are speaking any cue card, record it and then listen to it. If you listen to your own mistakes, you'll be able to rectify them in a better way. And then you can take a new topic every day. You can download a list of cue cards, although I'm going to put a list of cue cards in the coming time, so you can take some help from there also. And you can also follow some predictions. Now predictions I really don't recommend, because there are thousands and lakhs of topics in the world, and it is not necessary that you're going to get the topic from the prediction only. If you're good at your speaking, you're going to do well, and you can easily score 7.5 in your speaking. Now the next section is writing section. Now talking about the writing section, many candidates find it difficult to score good in the writing section. There are two tasks, task 1 and task 2. So what I did while preparing for the writing section is I looked for the formats and vocabulary. I searched for these formats on the internet also, and I also bought a book in which I found out around 300 to 400 essays were there, but I really didn't like the framing of the essays. Although I got to know about the format and I really worked on my vocabulary, but I really didn't like the sentence structure, and I really didn't like the topics that were used in the book. So it was a wastage of around 500 rupees. I won't recommend that at all. So what you can do is, there are some points that can really help you while preparing for the writing section. First of all, you should take the topics from the internet, because there are many websites that are going to help you with the recent and common or the most repeated topics that happen to appear in the exams. So you can take topics from there. Also you can ask a friend or somebody who can act as a guide to you in order to help you to evaluate yourself. So I think that was it about this video. So for any upcoming videos on essays, letters, vocabulary and other practice materials for IELTS and PTE, also to know about the interview questions and updates on courses, you can join us by subscribing to our channel. We'll meet in the next video. Till then, stay motivated, take care of yourself. Bye bye. Thank you.